All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris here, Better Investing. Today is February 24th, Monday, 2025. Let's kind of talk about the market real fast. We did have a little bit of continuation from Friday. If you watched my last video, a good trader that I definitely respect well. He continues to bring this to my attention. Like, hey, when we have these crazy days down, like 1.5% on a Friday, we typically do break those lows the following Monday, and that's kind of what happened today. Overall, like the reason why I do these videos is just to kind of have market awareness, situational awareness of like where we're at. I don't care what day. I don't care if I haven't traded. I at least have a ballpark of like where the market is, and I will continue to say, now that we're back in this range again. We're back into, we're still in a day trading environment. And a lot of people are not able to adapt, to a day trader environment because that's a lot more volatile, right? It's hard for anyone to flip long, then go short, then go long, right? But with volatility comes opportunity, is the way I like to look at it. And if you're able to capitalize off this price range expansion, it could definitely move your account. And just recognizing that saying, hey, I don't really have a direction. Intraday, I'm willing to take it wherever it goes. If it sets up based on what your strategy is, then you have to do what you got to do. Um, but yeah, we broke the lows today. Finished almost near the lows. Trump came out. Think he was on around like 3 o'clock. Mentioned tariffs are still on for Mexico and Canada. And I want to say we probably sold off like another 30 points towards the end of the day. I'll go over a trade where I, 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 I took and I said to myself, man, I should have risked the entire thing. And when I say the entire thing, I had the 6,000 puts at $170, but I ended up stopping them out maybe like 120, so I lost like $50. But I don't want to get in that mind frame where I'm YOLOing trades or kind of have this degen mentality, because that can seep over into like your actual trading strategy, and you find yourself doing that on bigger trades, right? And I'm disappointed that I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I'm trying to say, okay, I had a good day today, right? 5% or so on the account. Um, and I was a little pissed that I kind of fumbled that trade. But at the end of the day, I stopped out where I said I was going to stop out at, and that's the main thing that I want to take away from, is that I got out where I said I was going to get out, even though it did leak further. Ended up being like 1,000% winner, probably more than that, honestly. But it is what it is. But I'll go over that in a little bit. But yeah, Q's really got to see if Nvidia kind of holds us up, man, because we had some earnings, after market, some of the big moves after market. Tempest AI, literally probably got wrecked. Let's see where it's at right now. Yeah, that pretty much got wrecked down 11%. Because I was looking at this GREL, and I thought this didn't look like a bad chart. I know it's pulled back, pretty significant, but like in terms of like setups, like I thought that it coming into the EMA 20, after this big move up, it didn't look bad, especially when I looked at it from here on the 65 minute. Like, I think really you could have hit this this higher low, or I mean you could have hit this pretty much, yeah. Um, you could have took this over this lower high or lower low, lower low. All right, yeah, kind of signifying potentially a reverse on your stops right below the 20. Um, but once I got aware that Tempest AI had earnings, I was just like, yeah, that's off my radar. But I didn't think this looked too bad. It pulled back until a spot you potentially wanted to take, but marking conditions matter, so I can see why some people were not really looking to see that, not really to kind of take a move like that. Where is my volume? Why is that not up? All right, boom. All right, so let's go take a look at QQQ real fast. QQQ looks like it is sitting below the 50. You got the EMAs curling down. Right, we kind of broke this trend line as well. Pretty pretty nasty overall. I'll admit, this is, definitely on higher volume on a breakout. I mean, on a breakdown, the volume kind of kicking in here. It's kind of hard to see, where are some levels potentially where bulls will kind of step back in, but things can reverse, relatively quickly in the market. Let's go take a look at a few other things. Um, but while that loads up, we'll go take a look at some of the other indices and some of the other things I like to track out. So we're gonna go look at DIA. Pretty flat day today it looks like, um, but kind of holding this gap area still. Looks like from beginning of January, middle of January, inside day. For the most part, didn't really do much. Go look at Dow Jones. I don't know why that happened. I'm gonna kind of bring up this advanced decline line. Still dangling here at the 200. Now we don't lost the 200 again. Closed below the 200. It's really like we're gonna kind of break below this range here. And we got some wicks down here, but still nothing really. IWM down 0.72%. Looks like it's unlost to 50. We just got to see it can chop around here below the 50 before rallying or something. Let's go look at RSP. RSP, inside day, we kind of did undercut, the Friday's lows and got brought up. Kind of showing a little strength here on some stocks that's in the equal weighted that are in the S&P, should I say? But overall, just not again, still not seeing it. Let's go look at QQE real fast as well. And while that loads, let me bring this up. So this is NYAD. Let's go look and see what we got on the market internals, the advanced decline line. So we do this, we go down, look at cumulative, and I wish I could make an account, but I'm not buying an account. It's like they won't let me make an account unless I like pay. So it is what it is. Well, let me just delete some of these things. But boy, they hit you with the ads like out of like every 5 seconds. QQQA broke the lows. Three selling days in a row. I mean, the volume is kind of decreasing here from its move down, but yeah. All right, I got this up. All right, so I'll just swing this over real fast. I don't really need to go over it too much. You kind of know like what I'm looking at. In terms of an advanced decline line, we're continuing to make. We're continuing to press down on the advanced decline line, so the internals are kind of aligning to what we see on price action or the price of the indices. Again, I just want to gauge like what's going on there. Besides that, I mean, nothing else for me to really talk about. We'll go take a look at VIX real fast. VIX, it is starting to, perk up, and it's starting to hit some of these levels that, you want to pay attention to. Definitely this 20 pocket, and this is kind of like where we had that little midday interversal, and I'll go over the trade that I took eventually on QQQ to the upside. Very short-term trade. I took some off at 20%, placed the stop. Those runners got hit. It is what it is. But yeah, we are starting to kind of perk up a little bit here on the VIX. Probably a good idea to start looking at this, but I like to look at it on a weekly perspective, and I want to hide all this shit, and I want to turn this into a line chart. You can just kind of get an idea of like how many stocks are trading above or below their 20 days. So we're around like 44% here. Here's your 200 day. We're sitting around 58%. I think again, like the levels really to watch is like when we get into the 20s, right? This is the bottom from 2023, and then when we get down here, right? These were your two major bottoms from 2022. Oh, there it is. It finally came back up. I think it didn't come up because I have my all my indicators off. So let me do this real fast. Turn this off, and turn this off, and turn this off. So you kind of see like what I'm looking at, like where you should like say, okay, it's time to like literally like, okay, sell your grandma's house type of thing. Really like down here in those pockets. It's like really like major term bottoms. Um, you can kind of see here again 2022, October of 2023 is right here around 20 something percent. So like when we get down here, like stocks below there 200 on SPY, you can probably see a bigger reversal, or it's just a good spot to see. I'm going to buy the indices for long term, and it's I think overall, I mean I haven't gauged it, but I mean it's kind of showed that it's been areas where you can buy. Like this is from the global financial crisis. I think this was like some concerns of like after the financial crisis happening again. I think this was like China tariff news, and then this was Donald Trump and Jay Powell arguing about interest rates. This was COVID, and then this was like the interest rates hike still, and then eventually 2023, um, kind of like we stopped cutting rates. But yeah, I think it's kind of good to gauge that. Let's go real quick. Let's go look at the Dixie real fast. All right, so we're turning on the Dixie. Let's turn back on our moving averages. Let's bring back up our 1,200, our 50, our 20, and our 9. Um, Dixie, the dollar. Um, Most part, this trading sideways. Again, I don't use these for trade. I just like to like be aware like where they're at. Let's go look at the 2 year real fast. 2 year, um, all right, it's starting to sell down a little bit on the 2 year. I think the real level to watch is like this 408 spot. See if that starts to break down. And if this is breaking down, you would expect stocks to be doing well, but you're just not really seeing that. I mean, TLT has started to kind of perk up, right, with the 2 and 10 year kind of going down. Um, Check the 2 year or the 10 year. Yeah, all right, it's starting to break down a little bit. Rates breaking trends, going lower. Lower highs and lower lows are setting in. We just breached the lows from looks like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we're starting to see that a little bit. Don't know if I really want to go through sectors right now, but since we're here, why not, right? Check out some of the sectors. Here's biotech. I haven't looked at these in a while, honestly, so I don't know what I'm going to see here. Real estate, it's not looking too bad. This is probably like your REITs. That's probably doing well. So like, let me see if I go look at like one of the REITs I follow is MPW. Let's see what this has done. Is this perking or is this going down? Not too bad. Kind of popped into this previous range. All right, it's not trending down like we kind of see on like some of the other things. Let's go look at like O. All right, this is another REIT. All right. So yeah, we're starting to see like the bigger REITs trying to play a little, starting to perk up. So that's interesting to see. All right, let's continue to go up. Let's go to again. We're just looking at some sectors real fast. KRE. This is your regional banks curling down. EMA 9, 20, 50, all curling down. EMA's crossed over. Don't really see a short setup, but it is kind of a little pause for concern. Really, it's going to be a do or die for like, what if Nvidia can save the market. Here we go again, losing the 50. You see, we undercut at the 50 and kind of just been chopping around for quite some time on SMH, which is your semiconductors. And again, semiconductors are consider a cyclical stock, right? So if the economy is not looking like it's doing well, or just some inflation's expectations are starting to tick up, you'll start to see potentially like these type of you know ETFs or this sector in particular probably roll over a little bit. Now we're sitting here at the 50-week SMA trying to defend it yet again. It's just wondering like how many times buyers are going to step in and defend this level before we probably see a deeper pullback. Probably want to watch. I mean, this is probably a little bit, getting a little bit too crazy here. But maybe into 200 is probably like a good spot if you're going to get long on on this ETF, for a longer term perspective. But still ways to go. I mean, we're talking, about a 20% correction, which wouldn't be bad. And from the highs, it's probably like closer to 25. Like, that's a deep correction you can look for, but depends on how we get there, I guess, is the question. Um, this is looking at solar. Not really seeing anything. Moving average is all trending down. 50, 200 all trending down. Home builders. This is on a weekly. You know, I think I was short the home builders for a second. But I took it off, and I had the March 100s. Or no, I think I had the February. That's why. But yeah, we're kind of closing below this gap. But you know, this doesn't really move too much. XLB materials. Right, not really seeing anything here. Communications. Okay, communications. Probably your Google, your Meta. Holding the 20 doesn't look too bad. So we probably want to look at what are those stocks doing. Um, XLE. Holding up, pretty well right here at the 200 and the 20 SMA or 20 EMA. Let's go look at XLV, which is healthcare. Right, perking up above the 10 and the 20 right here at the 200, starting to perk up. So we're starting to see, I would say, some defensive posture in the market potentially. Like you even look here on utilities above, a trend, EMA 9 and 20 that's crossing up above the 50 and the 200. 250 still flattening. It's starting to flatten out. Look like it's ready to curl up, but it is curling down. And this hasn't made high since November of last year. But yeah, I mean, they're starting to see a little defensive posture, should I say the least. Let's go look at XLF. Um, yeah, nothing really there. Let's go take a look at some of the stuff that's out here. Rocket Lab still selling off a little bit. It is coming into a little key chop spot right here. And it did hit that weekly EMA that I was talking about. Pretty sure this is right around here where the EMA is at. Now I'm thinking about it, I probably should have went longer dated rather than last week's 26s. Or at least roll out a few of those and look for some continuation. But I'm a day trader. Don't really swing much, but I was hoping I was hoping to start swinging this year, because I seen how it worked out for a lot of people last year. But right when I decide I want to fucking swing, the market does this and gets right back into what I like to do. And some of those earning things are kind of like melting down, right? I mean, this is no, this app Levin's probably in a spot to probably watch if the market wants to turn around. A big move up off of earnings, and it's kind of defending this previous high here, kind of wicked off it, undercut it. So something just to watch, just in case the market wants to turn around. Probably not gonna go through too much. Go take a look at Dash. I want to see this had earnings back here, gapped up, pulled back, holding the 20, but nothing really too good. Let's go look at DoorDash. No, I think it was Reddit. I think Reddit was the one I hit like 200, and literally, Jesus Christ, this thing hit 220 and just fucking got just sold into. Um, but yeah, overall, just not what we're seeing. I was looking at this growl, but once I realized that Tempest AI had earnings, and let's go check out what Tempest AI did on earnings real fast. I was like, yeah, I can't take that anymore. They love setting up stocks, right before earnings. Yeah, and this is at $43. Oh, this is at 64. Okay, it got brought up. Okay, I'm thinking it got brought up. Let me go ahead and check the 5 minute real fast. See what it looks like after markets. What was going on? Okay, not too bad. But yeah, once I seen that this had earnings, I was like, ugh, I can't really mess with this growl. And I brought this up to a few folks. Like, I don't know, man. I thought this didn't look bad on the 65 minute. I really didn't. Let's just pull this up real fast. But once it had earnings, I mean, once I knew that Tempest AI was reporting, I was like, no. But I mean, was this a big sell down? Yes, but this is a big move up, right? So you can expect that there's going to be some buyers, some sellers that come in. But I think what you really want to look for is like, are buyers stepping in where you expect them to step in at. And I think like this candle here from Friday is really what caught my attention. How the buyers stepped in at the EMA 20 on the daily, and really, you could have took this as, okay, this is probably an opportunity to kind of take this long right above here, and you have like a $2 stop, 40, maybe, okay, 41, maybe a $3 stop. But if this can turn around, you're looking at a pretty big winner. That's the way I looked at it. You know, it had a big move up and it pulled back. Like I don't really see that big of a deal here in terms of like it being like a blow off. I don't know. I don't really think this looked like a blow off. Like it wasn't just straight down. Like if I just stick my, it wasn't like it went up like this, right, and then it was just straight down, and then just straight down. I don't know. It doesn't look like that. Like it doesn't look like this. Like this PLTR is just boom. Like nobody's buying. No one's in this. Right? No one's willing to step in this. Maybe the spot to watch is this 50, 50 SMA and this previous breakout spot right here. Right, you kind of see where it was a potential. You know, you got that breakout. Right, that's probably the spot you want to see what happens, what kind of reaction you get there. But I don't think GRAL kind of resembled that. I don't know. I mean, that was just my perspective on it. And can definitely considering how it buyers stepped in where you expected them to step in. I mean, shit, if the market wants to turn around tomorrow, this could just be, you know, a breakout out of this little pattern here, and then we have some continuation, right? And picture stop below there now. All right, maybe we can get a little perky on this thing. I don't know. I think I'm gonna still watch it. But yeah, but no position right now. All right. I just kind of go over a few trades I took today. So, you see right here to your bottom of the screen, this is the vol. So this is up volume versus down volume. I haven't used this in a while, and I think this was like early December where, I didn't really find the market trading the way I wanted to, so I took a step back and I didn't put this back on. But as you can see here, like if I just drag this out real fast, you can see like how this reversal here on that 2 minute, it just literally started to sell down on the 2 minute, and you got ADD, let's do the advanced decline line, also selling down, and then we have the VIX kind of curling up. Um, this is where the reason why I kind of took that 6,000 put, but I fucked it up. But for me, let's just go over it real fast. Let me just squeeze this out real fast. I'll go over the two main trades I took today. I did hit I hit Tesla too. Hold on, let me go take a look. Where did I hit Tesla at? Where did I hit Tesla at? I tried Tesla twice, got stopped out on the second time. It was just an annoying trade. It wasn't moving as fast as I wanted it to. Um, Hit Tesla at 9. Go here. Where's Tesla at? Yeah, right here. I hit it below. Pretty much like right here, right below the lows of Friday. Got that continuation. Had the 330s. Bought these at 570, and I sold these at 695. So that wasn't a bad trade. I think the other one I got like a break even stop. I'm not too sure. Can't remember. Let me see. Is that it? No. Bought this at 590, and I sold at 640 and 695. Okay, so that's what it was. Yeah. So I got this move down. Didn't really have a level, I want to say, underneath here where I thought it can get bought up at. I was looking at like 320. Like that's that pre-market level, from earnings, really. But kind of like double bottom almost. So I probably should have had this level marked out. That's my fault. I did try UNH today. Stopped out of that for like $150 loss. I'm trying to see what was I thinking here. And right when I got out of this, that's when I got into Tesla. But I'm trying to see. I want to say I kind of took it right under here. No, because it had this weird, this shit right here. I was wondering if like this consolidation spot was gonna break, and I think I got in like right here, and as it like popped over here, I just got out. But I was kind of watching like this tight price action range right here, wondering like, okay, if this can kind of like lose itself, I mean, there's a lot of air from the previous day where this could potentially go back to the lows possibly. And I had the 445s at 379. Sold those at 308. So now I took those off. Yeah, I bought these at 946. So right around here when I bought these and literally sold them like 5 minutes later on here. But yeah, all right. So let's go back over to the SPY trade. Again, I think internals has been helping out a lot, and I find them really useful. When we have much, when we have range. I felt again thinking about that statistic that the market closing at 1%, 1.5% or more on a Friday. We usually break those lows on a Monday. Yep, I took this move right here. I was willing to take that and seeing if we got some continuation. I had the 59.70s, right? So I'm about 30 points out the money, but those still work because if you look at VIX, VIX was pretty elevated, right? And VIX was turning higher. So when VIX is going higher and VIX is elevated in an area like this, and I would say probably 16 and above, really you can probably play 20, 30 points out the money and still get a nice move on those contracts, because the VIX is much higher, and the IV on those contracts are much higher as well. But you kind of see here where we just kind of drilled down. You probably had some people that were trying to predict price action and saying, okay, we're holding right here from Friday at the 50, and then we gapped up, right? Those people are in a little bit of profit, and then they're starting to get back all those gains, and they just cut it loose. Right, knock those traders out, kind of undercut the 50, and what I kind of recognized quickly was I'm gonna show you here. Probably looking at SPY. I can use this. If you go to like a 10 minute, it's not gonna be as clean probably here. Well, you look at here on the 10 minute. We had this crazy dump down on some pretty high volume right at 10 o'clock, and I was like, all right, we probably chop around here for a while, and I was getting some mixed signals when I was looking at the internals, because yeah, we did have like sort of a, well, let's go here. I like to use the 15 minute on the VIX, to kind of gauge. Oh, that's not it. I like to look at the 15 minute on the VIX. I was kind of looking here, wondering if this was I don't know why these are even here. I was looking at this 15 minute, wondering like if this is a blow off top off of 20. But considering like it blew off, but it closed up here. It didn't close down here. Yeah, we took it out. But I was looking for like really for like this to kind of like it open here and it closes down here. It still closed up here, so it wasn't really like that blow off look that I was wondering. And when I was looking at the tick, um, this is where's tick at? Right down here, we made new lows on tick around 10:30, but price never made new lows, right? So I mean, it was showing that there was still some selling pressure in this area, but it was a little bit of some divergence there. But at the same time, we had the advanced decline line trending higher. So this is where I was like, we can probably chop around. I kind of just marked this 10 minute this 10 minute range out, and I literally just sat on my hands, not trying to trade this. And I'm glad I did because I would have got chopped up in this. Right, this is a very hard type of structure to play here, considering this wide range from 60 6004 all the way down to 59.77, right? Almost a 20 point range where it just chopped in that area. And I was like, well, if we can break out of here, no, I can probably play a higher low. So that's what I ended up doing, but I used QQQ as my trading vehicle, and I had the 524s for tomorrow. So same thing on QQQ. Really, like if I just mark out this 10 minute range, you'll see here, kind of marked out this 10 minute range, and once we kind of broke out of this range, I just flipped down, no scalper mentality. Said, okay, I'm gonna hit this first higher low. After we break out, I bought this contracts right here at 1140. Bought those for, wait for this to load up. I bought those for I want to say $1.87. Yeah, bought those for $1.87, sold at 217, 232, and my break even on my runners was $2. But yeah, I kind of bought this higher low continuation. I was hoping maybe we get a bigger ride higher, but I just trade what I see, and I put my stop in, a little higher than where my runners were, or where I actually took the trade. But I made like 20% on that move, and that was pretty solid for me. I was fine with that. I think the last thing I want to mention was the trade that I took at the end of the day, and this is the one where I kind of mentioned that um, I'm not mad that I took it off because I don't want to have that mentality of like risking the entire trade, even though it did work. Because again, I don't want that type of mind frame that can carry over into my trading strategy, into my trading, you know, yeah, into my trading strategy. Just risking the entire thing. Even though I only had one at $170, I lost $50. I just cut it. I said, all right, I'm done for the day. It is what it is. Right, and I was really hoping, like, man, please close above 6,000 because I don't want to see these turn back. And I look, and now these are 6,000 minus 59.83. I mean, you do the math. That's about $1,700, and I had them at 107, no, $150. It was $150 that I bought it at. Um, so yeah, I think again what I it was definitely later in the day, so got to keep that in mind. But and this is why I kind of bring up this right here. I just noticed this up volume versus down volume is literally just selling off. Like everything was just lining up, and the thing about like having like a strategy using like internals, um, they're not always gonna work. But like when you see you know, it's giving you signs. Like we just like say we flip this to a 5 minute. Like we can see like everything's lining up. Then like what are you? We can see this is trending down. Price axis is trending down. The internals are showing you that it's trending down, right? Kind of got like this U-turn on VIX, right? All this is happening all at the same time, right? And I felt that okay, there's a possibility that we can probably come back into these lows right in here. And that's exactly what we did. We kind of closed right at the lows, and when I was like, man, the 6,000 puts are probably a good buy. Um, and I bought it around like 310. They're like right here, and I stayed around. And then it popped over right here, and I sold them. And I was kind of like I wasn't looking for it to break above VWAP. And at the same time, you had fucking Trump on. I didn't realize Trump was speaking, so I was like, and then when I heard what Trump said, I was like, those are probably actually going to end up fucking moving because he mentioned something about like the tariffs still being on, and like I said, that's when we had this type of move, from where I got in at, five right around here around the 50, you know, 28 point move. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I took the trade, I took it off, or where I wanted to take it off at. I wanted it to hold below the VWAP. And yeah, I mean, probably if I had that mentality to say I'm going to risk it all, then I should probably just buy it and just shut down my my broker and put a limit in, at at a spot where I like, okay, if it goes to 500, sell it. Well, if I lose to 150, okay, right? It's still a good risk to reward, 150 to 500, more than two, almost three, risk to reward. But it is what it is. But yeah, that was kind of what I was noticing there, and then again, looking here at the tick, right? The tick is just not showing you any indication that it can hold above zero. I mean, if you have a trouble reading it, looking at the candlesticks, you can just turn it to a line chart. You're gonna see for most of the day, besides from when we were, doing this, we were uptrending, holding, above here, is really that was it. And then after that, we kind of slowed down. We stayed below the zero, and we started to get some tick alerts near the end of the day. But those are not things I'm trying to play at 350 or so. But we did get a tick alert right here at around it looked like 256. Right, that was why we were continuing to go lower. But the way I like to play the extreme ticks is like when we're coming into a specific level. So like if this was like if those are tick alerts were going off, while we were breaking the lows right here. It wasn't happening at towards the end of the day, and I would probably take that short for a momentum play. But yeah, man, that's about it. In terms of tomorrow, I will be out around like 10 o'clock. I go in the office for a little bit, and I'll be back home probably like the afternoon. But overall, I'm pretty still happy the way I traded. Trying to just not be upset that I didn't make this much. I could have made no extra $1,500. Like, okay, all right, cool. But the count still went up. And it is what it is. But that's about all for me. Peace. God bless.